electricity to warm up the night in Provo as the Horned Frogs of TCU catch up with the Cougars of BYU. A taste of alphabet soup in college football on Versus.
Bell Edwards Stadium is in the blue, receiving the football. Colley from the 13. Austin Colley drives it straight ahead, gets a crack, and then gets flattened at the 35. There is a flag down. Midfield for the Cougars, and out of the gun. A short drop and a quick pitch and catch. The connection made there with the wide. Hall to throw. Has his man right on target there to the tight end, Dennis Pitta. Hall looking over the middle and throws a strike to Pitta, just away from the before the night is through. Third down and long. Time to throw. Now as the protection breaks down, Hall will sprint to safety, and he's got more than enough room for the first down as he creeps out of bounds from the TCU 15. This is Unga with a step to the corner. Unga on his way. Touchdown, Cougars.
Great job by Harvey Unga there.
On the board a week ago in a very impressive win over New Mexico. Dalton tucks it down and runs. He's got more first down yardage nearing midfield. Dalton to throw. And just off the hands of his intended target. He hits this one a mile high. Mawika says fair catch, and it bounds down, out of bounds, close to the 5. Saul out of the shotgun with 3 wide receivers to throw to. Drops it off into the flat to Unga, and a nice tackle was made there. 2 tight end set, power looks straight ahead, and the Horned Frogs, who were brilliant defensively a week ago. A low liner, Bonner from midfield. Ooh, and he is undercut quickly. Season long, you've taught me so much. I hate the fact that this is our last game together. Dalton to throw, and now he'll run. Oh, beautiful little spin move, gains the first down yardage. Bring him over onto the sideline. Why should a quarterback be allowed to get away with it as they run the option to Brown? And the Cougars defense was quick to recover. Seasonal numbers at a very high percentage. And this one is curled right through. Combs puts his boot into this one. Mawika chased to the 8. And then Mawika tiptoed on that sideline and stepped on the paint.
You on a long field here.
Been smiling a lot more here in Provo, Utah than they have been in Lincoln, Nebraska. As Hall catches for 111 yards against Colorado State, which put up a fuss. As Hall drops this one off, a little crossing route to the tight end, Pitta. Max Hall had a player draped all over.
How they've taken advantage of quick key teams is to get them out of position.
He mentioned you take one step and they know where you're going. Good throw there. Austin Colley has first down yardage.
Protection wide around the quarterback gives him a lane to throw through.
First and 10 for the Cougars. Straight ahead, and powers his way very close.
Calling for John Beck to start down in Miami.
What a performance he put on against TCU. This one's over the middle and a hard hit to lift is deep for the Horned Frogs. Santiago drills this one. It will land at the 2 and carry him into the end zone.
Wow.
In the bowl last year, BYU put them away swiftly as Dalton keeps this one. Shrugged down to the turf by the Max Glenn. Second down and 8 for the Horned Frogs and right. Dalton tucks it down and then gets swarmed.
Papinga's all over him there. Papinga did it.
Dalton to throw. Into the flat for Turner, and it was low.
And all of our eyes of what a weapon a punter can be.
Just remember the flexibility he had. Mawika from the 12 gets nailed.
Yeah, so many times people who are writing about teams or telling you how a team should do don't look at all the facts.
As this one's lofted out there, Pitta continues. Best set for you Thursday night here on Versus. 7-3 Cougars. Harvey Unga has the touchdown. As Hall pivots away from some pressure, finds his man Colley. He's alone. It's a foot race now. Colley inside the 20. Cuts inside of Bonner. Inside the 10 and down at the 6. Ball on the 6. First and goal. Allen comes in short motion and then, hello, Tommy Blake. A loss of 8. Hall out of the eye. To throw. He'll fade for Pitta. Touchdown! Tremendous catch by... Did he lose it?
Yeah, he lost it, but the flag is down. They're going to call interference one way or the other here.
Pass interference. Defense.
Formation for the Cougars. Pitta comes in motion. Play action. Into the flat. There's Seminoff for the touchdown.
This play works at any level.
7-3 overall Air Force, which has a date in South Bend this weekend. Jackson's protection breaks down, and he is flung to the turf. Jan converted on a third down so far tonight. This is 3rd and a bunch, 3rd and 17. Setting up a screen, a throwback, and wow! No running room for Marcus Brock. He got hammered. Mawika saying get away from it as it curls out of bounds.
Just to win it, I think, is good for our players, and just kind of shows that they've been able to, over the last year or two, gain some respect in the league.
Well,
Ryan Bonner with the
Coach, thanks. Look forward to seeing you on the 8th of December.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Gentlemen, we appreciate it. Dalton, who's been leading the team in rushing in this first half. Manfredini does his job.
more than just making plays.
Determinator, I like it. His nickname is Six Shooter. Both of those are good. Well, the six-shooter right arm of Hall continues to find Dennis Pitta. Hall steadies himself, puts it out there for Colley, and on the money. Inside TCU territory. Ending that offensive set. 2nd down and 10. Colley wrapped up there. Torrey Stewart made operating. 3:52 away from our first half's intermissions activities. Pitch and catch again for Hall. 50 this season. Over the middle. Touchdown. And a flag. Hall.
Holding. Offense.
15 for Hall. Back to the air. Colley's all alone and just off of his right hand.
Perfect.
It helps. Brutally effective on 3rd down conversions. BYU has been underneath. This one is caught by Tonga. Matt Allen is back holding now for the Cougars. Didn't do that early in the season when we first saw this team. He had the air in this first half. Dalton to throw. Has his man wide open there, Walter Brown.
Out in the second half. So we try to make, if you can't make it 2 possessions, make it 1 long one.
5 wides to throw to and completing again. It worked once, stay with the 5 wide again. Now Dalton will run it into BYU territory. 1st down pickup, all earn their way into bowl games at season's end. Dalton over the middle, bang, right on target there to Jeremy Curley. The thing at the BYU 15. Andy Dalton to throw. To the corner. Nobody home. 2 right now. And that is straight down the middle.
Following, altitude, and attitude.
This ball is skimmed on the turf to Austin Colley. Colley will not break the tackle. As that should do it for the first half. Sending Evan Frosch in motion. Dalton's protection breaks down and he flings it to the sideline. Mechanical engineering major, his brothers Ed and Brandon both played here. Dalton slings this one, it's intercepted. Picking it up, it's Papinga on his way. Kelly Papinga deep inside TCU. Now, Max Hall out of the eye. The give, Warunga, and there's nobody in his way.
As is a problem a lot of coaches would like to have. You have 2 number 1s, and he's not afraid to switch them off.
That game you were referring to, Marcus Jackson, the sophomore out of Houston, Texas. Jackson launches this one and nicely in the Mountain West Conference on Versus. Jackson on 2nd and short. Throws this one and connects. As TCU has moved deep into BYU territory under Marcus Jackson's direction, and then Jackson gets yanked to the turf. Good so far for TCU in that department. Jackson will run. Carving his way inside the 10. Lowers his shoulder to the 5. The ball bounces free into the end zone. It's a wild scramble. And they are saying touchback. It's Cougar ball.
And get going.
A fumble. Ball was fumbled into the end zone, where it was recovered by BYU for a touchback. The ruling on the field is reversed.
Played our best. Out of the power backfield, they run it off the corner. They're diving to the end zone. Marcus Brock. Touchdown. Brown comes in motion. Option. Jackson holds on to it and then gets chased down from the weak side. Keel with all that speed. Huge. 5 in the rush here. Hall feels the pressure, throws it underneath to the tight end. Bonner makes the nice. Out of the shotgun on 2nd and 6. Hall with good protection on the mark there for Pitta as he's wrestled to the earth.
Balance and get back out to him too late.
He's Glenn Parker. I'm Joe Beninati. Tim Neverett on the sideline as BYU continues to mount a drive. It's another of the tight ends. Vic So'oto, he lost the football. And it's TCU's. Practice in week 6 last year. Jackson flushed out. Running away from Keel now. Keel on the dead sprint, able to drag him down shy of the first down. Season and during the year, Wash angling this one for the corner. Puts a lot of air under it and it settles into the end zone. The Horned Frogs rush 4. Hall throws it out in the flat and it's off the hands of Unga.
To try to make something happen here. He's been good in returns.
From the 41. Got the outside. Skipping his way on that little tightrope. It's 3rd and short. Jackson calls his own number and gets gobbled up at the 30.
Or Brett Denny, and that results in this 4th down.
Aaron Brown got drilled. The first man to say hello is David Nixon. And that triggers a big celebration. Nixon and Papinga. You've got to be on target with their routes, their reads, their protections against this TCU defense. That time, he fires right complete to the wideout Michael. The football, turning TCU over on downs. Hall throws, Reed catches, and that's good for 1st down yardage. BYU here at home in the dark blue. Max Hall steps up and has all day to run. Hall inside the 40. Run out of bounds at the 30. Versus a heavyweight showdown in the Mountain West Conference. TCU and BYU. Hall steps up and fires a rocket that is tracked down. What a catch on the sideline by Matt Allen.
DB slipped down. He's going to fall. It'll be in the top right of your screen when you see this. DB slips and falls to the ground. Doesn't really see what's going on. He wouldn't have been.
Tonga knifing ahead. Manasa Tonga. Hall on the fade. Deflected away. Well done by Torrey Stewart. Kick on the way. And it's good. He's behaving well and playing well. They keep showing up in droves. Aaron Brown slashing across the 30. Brown's on his horse. Brown to midfield and finally forced out of bounds.
And he's the head man.
They loop the screen to Aaron Brown. Brown with a wonderful move. Brown got himself close. 3rd down and 7, and it gets loud. Dalton, incomplete. 4th quarter. Dalton sets his feet, fires. The ball and the defender got there at the same time against Aaron Brown, and they are going to say Ben Criddle timed it beautifully.
We'll see what gets there first. He actually had Dickerson wide open. Looks like the left hand might have gotten there earlier, but it's pretty darn close. I think he just got to come up with the ball. Good.
Comfortable for these guys. The TCU players have been dealing with 80s and 90s during the season. Hall to Pitta as Pitta carves his way to the 35.
We're just big fat guys that aren't allowed to move.
Sticking up for the brotherhood. Hall complete to Unga. And Unga gets tracked there. On the ground, through the air, and I believe he had a 100-yard kickoff return in that game just the same. Manasa Tonga. Everybody is tightly jumbled. Hall to throw, big blitz coming. He floats it into space, well timed there for the big tight end. Teams, they both want to dictate, and I think that's, after a while, becomes just a measure of wills. Trying to convert for the Cougars. And run time off of TCU's comeback effort. The throw is too high. Too tall for George. The punt's away. Do a good job of protecting Santiago. And Bonner fares.
Great defense.
Injuries to Tafuna and Gabriel really opened the door for Hotchkiss as Dalton tucks this one down again and sprints to another first down.
Design quarterback draw is center Blake Schluter out in front of him. Gives him a big block.
The completion to Moore inside BYU territory. And the Dalton airborne. Oh, what a grab on the sideline. A spectacular catch.
What he did right was just put it in the general direction of Barton. Great job, one hand grab up that ball.
1st and 10. Dalton over the middle. Has some room there, slinging it on. Looking in the end zone. Running away from Jorgensen. Slings it to the back. They are going to rule this a touchdown.
You know what?
Coming on with a vengeance. They've won 5 straight. They've won 6 of the last 7 against Wyoming. That's who they face this weekend in Salt Lake City. Manasa Tonga takes that pass from another episode in his learning curve. How to finish off a tight game. The throw is low. It's deflected up in the air, and then it's caught. Follow the bouncing ball. Andrew George does, and he's inside TCU territory.
That ball bounces on the ground.
The ruling on the field is reversed.
Santiago hits one that's end over end. Bonner says thanks to 30. Wheels away from one and then gets wrapped up and roaring inside of LaVell Edwards Stadium for you on Versus. Big pressure, big sack. David Nixon. Home to victory on Thursday night on Versus. Dalton on 3rd and 17 to Massey. And Massey trots out of bounds. 0 for 2 on 4th down tonight. Dalton falls. Keel celebrates. And TCU's comeback effort looks like it will fall short. BYU on the lead by 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Unga inside the 20.
He's been emotional for him, and he's been around the quarterback, but unfortunately, if you're a TCU fan,
it's Manoff and Tonga are going to try to run out some time. Tonga bursts free inside the 5. In that victory formation, Hall waits, then takes a knee. And the teams file off the sidelines. A hard-fought affair in Provo. Coach Patterson, Coach Mendenhall congratulate one another. BYU has won 11 straight at home for the first time since 1991. They outlast the Horned Frogs by the final count of 27-22.